Hello, 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 everybody. How are we doing tonight? We have got some more Tsukihime. Tonight, we are finally properly on Ciel's Route. But we're still working with Arcuid, apparently. So, interested to see how all that shakes out. So, let us continue. Day 7. I'm watching a dream. A vague dream without any particular significance. Do I like her? I don't know my true feelings, but I can't deny the reality that I'm always concerned about her. Yeah, and Shiki's still like this. My dude, we're on Ciel's Route. I guess it's kind of like how in Fate Stay Night, it doesn't matter which route you're on. Shiro always kind of has a thing for Rin and is always in awe of Saber's beauty and always has a little crush on Sakura. It doesn't matter which route you're on. He likes them all regardless. Do I like her? I don't know. It's just that when I was completely lost within myself, she helped me. If she wasn't there, I may have just died under the pouring rain. I don't know. That's why I have to ask. Why she's doing this. Why her eyes are so devoid of any emotion. Shiki-sama. I can hear Hisui's voice mingling with the morning light. Shiki-sama, it is time. Please wake up. Her inflectionless voice awakens me. As soon as I wake up, terrible things enter my vision. I get a headache like I was just shot in the head. I almost lose my just-awakened consciousness. Before I fade away completely, I quickly grab my glasses. Shiki-sama? Are you not feeling well? No, that's not it. It's just my anemia acting up. Lightly shaking my head, I clear my head of what I was seeing. No more than that. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for waking me up. Sitting up in bed, I do my best to smile naturally. No, this is my duty. There is no need for you to thank me, Shiki-sama. Maybe, but I am grateful. You are infinitely better than an alarm clock. I stand up. It's not yet 7 o'clock, about 10 minutes earlier than I usually get up. Breakfast? I'll be there soon, so please go ahead of me. Shiki-sama, about that, Akiha-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. It seems like she has some questions for you. Hisui says this with some difficulty. Some things she needs to ask? Is she in a bad mood? Yes. Akiha-sama seems to have realized that you left late last night, Shiki-sama. I blurt that out without thinking. Last night I went to look for Arcuid and came home late. Uh-oh. I thought no one noticed. Yes, I also thought that I was the only one who noticed. Hisui answers solemnly. Hisui, you realized that I left? Oh. Hisui looks very apologetic. I see. You knew. No wonder the mansion's entrance was open. Yes. Hisui answers reluctantly. Thanks. It was a big help. And thanks for going out of your way to do that. But Ne-san realized too because of that. Nei-san and I have 2-hour shifts watching the mansion, and she found out about me unlocking the entrance. I see now. Kohaku-san is Akiha's servant, so she would have leaved it to Akiha about last night. Hisui, there's no need to apologize. It was my fault that I was walking around at night, so I should take the blame. I'm still very happy that you left the door unlocked. Hisui just looks at me. It is nothing. As soon as you change, please go to the sitting room. Still looking like she wants to say something, Hisui exits into the hallway. Dang, I'm gonna get scolded by Akiha again. I mutter to myself as I change. If I have time for that, there's still something important I have to do instead. That's right, I have to talk to Senpai. I get the headache again. It faded when I was talking to Hisui, but as soon as she left, it started hurting again. Ugh, crap, this doesn't look like it will end soon. I bear the pain as I collapse on the bed. It doesn't ease up. Throb, throb, a pain like I'm being stabbed in the head. It makes me completely forget what I was thinking about earlier. Come to think of it, in the 8 years since that accident, I've always had to deal with my broken body. Dizziness, headaches, and anemia occurring unexpectedly. I can't count how many things I had to give up because of that. The doctor said it was a miracle just surviving it. Just being able to live is a miracle, so putting up with various pains is perhaps necessary. These broken eyes. Sensei, who was able to alleviate these eyes, told me to treat that miracle very importantly. Those words. Did she mean that human life is not so much precious as it is not returnable, so I should treat it carefully? These past few days, I've seen the deaths of many people. Too easily. Lives ending so easily it's almost comical. If it is something that ends so easily, doesn't it mean that it was only worth that much from the beginning? If that's the case, it is meaningless to view life as precious. Huh? Why, since when did you start thinking like that? Why am I thinking like that? Since when did you start thinking like that? The headache finally stops. Maybe I saw too much blood. What a horrible thought. I take a deep breath. Filling my lungs with fresh air, I clear away the unpleasantness. I should hurry up and go to school. I should go and see Ciel-senpai. Enduring the slight pain lingering in my head, I leave the room. I go down the stairs and into the lobby. Next to me is the hallway that goes down towards the sitting room. In front of me is the front door that leads outside. What should I do? Akiha is waiting in the sitting room, but I want to hurry up and see Senpai. I'm not sure if this decision matters a whole lot. I'm seeing like a bunch of different flag checks going on based on which decision you make, but I don't think it'll affect anything too heavily, and it looks very complicated, and I don't want to think about it. So, we'll just go to school. More than that, I should go to school. No, I have to find out about Senpai. It's Ciel's Route, we're gonna focus on her as much as possible. I don't have time to eat this morning. Shiki-sama. Hisui comes from the sitting room. She must have come to check on me since I did not show up after a while. Sorry, I'm going to school. Please tell Akiha I'm sorry. Please wait, Shiki-sama. You do not look well. Are you sure you are feeling well? I'm fine, just a little headache. Well, I'm off. Sorry, I'm being selfish again. I say something really selfish and open the door before she can respond. I reach the school gate. Since I ran from the mansion, it's not even 7:30 yet. I stand and wait for Senpai by the gate. It probably looks a little strange to the other students walking by, but I don't really care. Senpai doesn't show up. It's past 7:30 already. Ten more minutes pass by. The school gate is flooded with students as they arrive. There's only about 5 minutes before the gate closes, but Senpai still does not come. She might not come today. Yesterday I saw all that happened, so she might not come today or tomorrow or the day after. Thump. Thinking that, I feel a little faint. I shake my head to clear it of terrible thoughts. And then someone pats me on the shoulder from behind. Tono-kun, what are you doing here? Senpai. Yes. Senpai nods. Really? But yesterday, you were... Before I could finish, Senpai puts her hand over my mouth. Tono-kun, not here. Let's go behind the gymnasium. Senpai gives her usual smile as she keeps her hand over my mouth and pulls my arm. I try to tell her to stop, but I can't speak. She forcefully pulls me away. The school bell rings overhead. Homeroom has begun. Furthermore, no one else is around. Yes, no one can hear us here. Senpai finally releases me. Jumping back, I face Senpai directly. You want to talk about last night, right? Okay, now that's her talking. You want to talk about last night, right? If there's anything you want to say, please go ahead, Tono-kun. Senpai speaks calmly, as if what happened last night was not a big deal. But it was a big deal for me. Her attitude right now makes me mad. So that really was you last night? Yes. I did say your name back then too, so it's impossible to hide it any longer. I grit my teeth. I didn't expect an apology or anything, but still. But you said that wasn't you. What wasn't? 3 nights ago. I asked if you were the one that helped me that night in the park, and you said it wasn't you. That was a lie. Succinctly. Senpai simply says so. A lie, Senpai? You didn't keep the promise we made. You told me you wouldn't go out at night anymore. She stares at me. I start to feel like the bad guy all of a sudden, feeling guilty about what I did. I made the promise with you so something like this wouldn't happen. Is that how little a promise with me means to you, Tono-kun? That makes me sad. No, that's not it. About last night, I thought Arcuid was the one behind the serial killings, but that couldn't be right, so I went to ask her, and I tell her all about last night. Senpai listens to it all silently. How I met her accidentally, how she explained to me about the vampire in this city, how I teamed up with her to save the city, and everything up until now. I understand. So you teamed up with her to defeat the vampire in this city, right, Tono-kun? Well, yeah, that's how it is. I can't believe it. Shiki, did you happen to mention to her the 17 pieces? Did you mention that part? Tono-kun, do you really believe in vampires? What are you saying, Senpai? Even you're one of the church's Senpai puts a finger on my lips. Don't worry about me. Isn't the problem more about you, Tono-kun? Me? I don't have any problems. That's not true. You have a lot of problems. You have no self-awareness, it seems. Senpai gives a troubled sigh. I have a question. Just how much did she tell you about? How much? Well, only that a vampire is in this city sucking people's blood. So, in other words, you don't know about her or this enemy she's after. Well, I haven't heard about it. I see. Then I will tell you about it. Wow, that's amazing. You know about that, Senpai? Well, you know, I am a member of the church, so of course I know that much. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I kind of forgot. I attempt to laugh it off. Jeez, I'm trying to be serious here, so please pay attention. I nod in assent. Huh? But isn't that a secret? Arcuid, she said you were all incredibly secretive. Yes, it really isn't something to talk about, but today is special. There isn't anyone watching over us or anything, so as long as you don't tell anyone, then it'll be okay. What will happen if I tell someone else about you, Senpai? Nothing good. Yes, I'll just do exactly what you're thinking of, Tono-kun. Senpai gives that frightening response with a smile. Well then, I'll keep it very simple. Tono-kun, how much was explained to you about vampires? Oh boy, we got some info dumping. Just about how there are two types and how dead apostles are the vampires that suck blood. Or human blood. But I think I know what kind of monsters they are. That's true. Tono-kun, you did actually defeat a vampire. But you did help me at the very end. Senpai! Yes, I watched you annihilate Chaos. When I came, Chaos was already dying, though. I'm surprised. Then Senpai knows about my eyes? It was terrible. That woman made you do such a thing. If she had a conceptual weapon to defeat Chaos, she should have used it herself. After seeing your bloody body, I thought I should punish her then and there. You too, Tono-kun? Even if you were given a weapon that can kill vampires, what were you thinking fighting that thing? Oh, Ciel, it's not the weapon. Does she have a hold over your weakness or something? Still looking surprised, Senpai complains aloud. Senpai? What's this weapon that can kill vampires? What do you mean? I'm talking about that knife you have, Tono-kun. Oh, I guess she wouldn't tell you about it. It's not good for her either. Let's see, vampires have the ability to recover from most injuries they receive. With ordinary outside force, I mean normal weapons, With such things, you cannot cause wounds greater than the speed of their recovery. That is not true. To kill a vampire, you need an outside force greater than their speed of recovery, or something that nullifies their ability to recover. At least, I don't think so. I'm mostly thinking about Fate Zero. The various dead apostles in Kiritsugu's backstory, but it's been a while. I don't really remember the details of those situations. But I do know that the solution to taking down one of them was to shoot down the plane that he was on. So I'm not sure if that falls under outside force greater than their speed of recovery, or what. This ability of theirs, the Curse of Restoration, actually isn't treating the wounds. Instead, it is a reversing of time to restore the damaged body part back to its original state. An occult artifact which nullifies this effect is called a conceptual weapon. Senpai cheerfully says all these things I can't understand too well. In short, a magical weapon. We usually lift their curse looking into their human past, so we do not usually use them. But for those that were not originally human, we use them, kind of like a secret weapon. Your knife, is it not an anti-vampire weapon she brought? Or is it a family treasure? But it would be strange for the Tono family to possess an anti-demon weapon. Senpai ponders aloud. I don't know what she's thinking, but it seems she has no idea about my eyes. Senpai? Where did our conversation about vampires go? With a start, Senpai stops mumbling to herself. She smiles as if to hide her embarrassment. As usual, her personality is hard to understand. Let's get back to the main subject. Please listen carefully, Tono-kun. Yes, please keep it short. Said this before. This is a Type Moon visual novel. That's not happening. It seems you already know about how there are the true ancestors and the dead apostles. So, it is very simple. The enemy she is after is a dead apostle, nicknamed the Serpent. Among the dead apostles, he is considered a heretic, a special vampire. This vampire is not as strong as Chaos, whom you defeated, but he is more difficult an opponent to eliminate than this Chaos, in a way, since he comes back to life even after he dies. Senpai? He doesn't die when he's killed. Vampires are immortal, so isn't it natural for them to come back to life after dying? You eliminated Chaos, right? Even if they are vampires, if you destroy their body and soul, they will be vanquished. If you kill a vampire, they will die. But the Serpent is a vampire who has conquered even this. Tono-kun, are you familiar with the cycle of reincarnation? It is part of Buddhist doctrine, so I would think a Japanese person would be quite familiar with it. Yeah, it's that thing where when someone dies, they're reborn again as another human. Not quite, but close enough. Yes, exactly. For our purposes, close enough. In other words, the vampire named the Serpent has made this cycle of reincarnation his own. That's what I mean when I say he comes back to life even after he is killed. Reincarnation. You mean if he dies, he will start over again as a baby? Yes. While the Serpent is alive, he chooses his next host, and when it is born, he transmits all of the information of his old self. The Serpent's information stays deep within the baby until it matures, or until it gains sufficient intelligence. As soon as that baby has the intelligence to succeed his self, the baby becomes a new vampire that is the Serpent. Wait a minute. What's that? Don't tell me that he does surgery on it while it's in the mother or something like that. No, it's not anything medical. Because the instant his body is destroyed, he reincarnates into the body he chose as his next host. I said all of his information earlier, but to say it simpler, think of it as his soul. It wouldn't be quite correct to say his soul propagates through the air and takes over someone's body, but it's similar to an electromagnetic wave. In this case, the human brain is what does the transmitting and the receiving. His exceptional point is that he took this soul, which is incalculable and something that disperses as soon as it leaves the envelope of the body, and processed it as something that could be transmitted. Her words don't seem quite real. I do understand what she is saying. This serpent guy is reborn as a baby when he dies, and this baby turns into this serpent vampire when it becomes an adult, but if I believe your story, it means that he will never die. It's not immortality, but it's worse than that. Being killed and reborn as someone else, that's like living forever. Yes, exactly. It was 800 years ago when the serpent first became a dead apostle. Since then, the serpent has been reborn 17 times. Every time, Arcuid Brunstad has killed him. Arcuid did? Yes. To her, the serpent is a special vampire. Well, the serpent has a special meaning to me as well. But even if he dies, he will just be reborn, right? So killing him over and over is pointless, isn't it? Yes. He's killed by her, reincarnates, and is killed by her again. That cycle has repeated itself over and over. If Arcuid had the power to kill not the body, but the meaning, then this probably would not be happening. Senpai looks down a little, and she seems to be gritting her teeth. I don't know why. However, it seems that Senpai also has some grudge against the enemy, like Arcuid does. A vampire that is reborn every time it is killed. That's Arcuid's and Senpai's enemy. Senpai, this serpent guy, what kind of a guy is he? He was originally a man, but that can change depending on the body he reincarnates into. The troublesome part of this dead apostle is that they are all hard to find, because he is properly born as a human baby and has parents. The serpent transforms into a vampire only when he reaches the age where he can do everything at a satisfactory level. Until then, that human shows no hint of being a vampire. But once the serpent awakens, he uses the relationships he gained until that time to blend perfectly into society. I heard that the church detects the serpent's presence, usually after a whole town is turned into the dead. I see. For example, if this serpent guy were reincarnated in me, he would live as Tonoshiki even after he becomes the serpent. Unless he makes a big mistake, he would be free to suck blood without people realizing it. That is scary. Of course, those around him are in danger too. But that human whom he reincarnated into, he would just disappear after maturing, right? One moment that person is living normally, and the next moment he suddenly turns into the serpent. That's very frightening. Yes, but it isn't like two people sharing one body. The human baby is still the serpent. Depending on its environment, it's either a good or a bad person, but even that disappears the instant the serpent awakens. To sum it up, once the serpent dies, he is reborn into the next body, and once that body gains intelligence, it gains the previous life's self and becomes a vampire. That's strange. Even if he did reincarnate, that baby is still human, so even if it does gain the self of a previous life, the body shouldn't turn into a vampire, right? Reincarnation isn't the transmitting of personality, it is the transmission of a soul. So the personality differs every time depending on their families and upbringings, but the soul itself does not change. Once bitten by a true ancestor, not only is the body forever soiled, but the soul as well. What changes the body is the soul. The serpent transmits all his information called his soul, so when the serpent awakens, the body becomes one of a vampire, but... Yeah, but... As you said, just that is too weak. So he selects his next host while he is alive. The family he is born into must meet two conditions, the first being one of wealth. Being born into a family of high social standing, property, and money makes it easier to make the whole town into vampires later on. And there is another. This is the most important one. But amongst normal people like us, there are also people that carry special powers. Not like magic, which is a mystic power that can be learned, but rather special abilities from birth. Such people are normally called demonic children or psychics. These special abilities are genetic, so they are inherited, passed on by blood. He chooses those families that have something not human in their lineages. A family with wealth and influence and inhuman power. Those are the requirements for his host. This serpent vampire, he seems to be quite prepared. Yes, since he is a serpent, he has a very slithering intellect. There's something about this story I don't like. Tono-kun? That was just a joke, but are you listening? Huh? Yeah, it wasn't very funny. Senpai goes quiet, but I really don't feel like laughing right now. Why do I suddenly feel so down? But I understand now. That's our enemy, right, Senpai? No. Arcuid Brunstud's and my enemy. There is no need for you to worry about the serpent, Tono-kun. So please don't go with Arcuid any longer. Either I or that woman will destroy him. There is no need for you to face any danger. Danger? Look, isn't just living in this city dangerous enough? Even Arcuid is fighting to protect this city, so I can't overlook this either. No, she isn't thinking about this city. She is only after the serpent for her own reasons. Tono-kun, the dead apostles were once human. There are two ways for them to become vampires. Either they would have their blood sucked by the true ancestors, who were originally born as vampires, or they changed their own bodies through their magical research in their quest for immortality. The serpent had his blood sucked by a true ancestor to become a dead apostle. Do you understand? The serpent was a victim of the true ancestors, a race beyond ours. Senpai stares at me. Those emotionless eyes tell me what she is going to say next. Don't tell me that true ancestor was... Arcuid Brunstud, the royalty of the true ancestors who made her only mistake 800 years ago. She is the one who made the serpent. From the very beginning, the true ancestors were in existence far separated from ours. The dead apostles certainly are vampires that wield immense ability, but that ability is only an extension of human capacity. Because they have managed to attain a long life, they are able to develop their abilities and manage to refine it to those super abilities as a result. In other words, anyone can develop abilities equal to the vampires if they have a long time. Yeah, I think I've read that somewhere. They say immortality, but being a vampire isn't something that great. But the true ancestors are different. From the moment they are born, they possess power beyond human comprehension. From the beginning, these true ancestors are in existence closer to the world than humans. We humans have flourished this much by isolating ourselves from nature. While we receive blessings from nature, we steal from it, and even if nature is destroyed, we will not be destroyed. We became the most superior race on this planet probably because of this one sin only we humans carry. We can no longer be a part of nature. In its place, we have gained ways to even destroy nature, this whole planet. However, from the nature's perspective, this is evil. The world itself is a form of life, so it has the will to protect itself from us. But it does not have senses, so it creates a presence separated from nature like us to remonstrate us. Senpai is weird. Nature doesn't have a will of its own. Yeah, it can't. But can it be that we just can't feel it? Nature, the earth, possesses a will. That is why it still exists and tries to stay beautiful. The problem isn't that we can't feel it. It's that the standard of what nature thinks is beautiful and the standard of what humans believe is beautiful are the same. An existence which the world created descends for it. These are what we usually call spirits. They are a transcendental species existing on another plane different from the remaining spirits of animals in the present world. The true ancestors are one type of these spirits. They are born with the purpose to punish humans, so they only see humans as evil. Much as we think vampires who prey upon humans are evil, they view humans who prey upon nature as evil. But that's funny. Then why can't they exist unless they feed on us humans, the evil existence? Humans are only enemies to the true ancestors. As part of nature, no, as those whose power is linked to nature itself, their power has no limits. In the long history of the Church, there are only a few records of fighting against the true ancestors. They get their powers from the world itself. Therefore, in order to kill them, a conceptual weapon with the power to kill the world is needed. Of course, such a weapon does not exist. So that means their death cannot be caused by external factors. That night, she said in that hotel that if I had tried to kill her during nighttime, these eyes would not even have been able to see her death. In other words, it means she cannot die. Do you understand, Tono-kun? Arcuid Brunstud is pursuing the serpent in order to recover her power he took away from her. It's not for the sake of any humans. I don't know why she is weakened now, but if she regains her power, she will not need your help, Tono-kun. When that happens, do you think she will let you leave safely? Of course she would, because she doesn't have any reason to hurt me. She is a vampire. She isn't like the dead apostles who suck blood in order to prolong their own life. Look, Tono-kun, if the true ancestors didn't suck human blood, vampires would never exist in the first place. They can survive without sucking human blood, but they still do suck blood because they have the urge to do so, and make humans into an existence outside of human nature. I can't let some ordinary person like you be with her. Senpai's talk ends like that. It might be because of my dizziness, but it seems like everything she's talking about is totally unrelated to me. Tono-kun, does that show you how dangerous she is? Yeah, well, I get the gist. So please don't cooperate with her anymore, okay? I can't do that. I can't consent to what Senpai is saying, because Senpai doesn't know Arcuid. She doesn't know how good of a person she is. Tono-kun! Senpai groans. But even if she makes that face, I can't lie to myself. Sorry, Senpai. I also have my reasons, so I want to help her. It's true that I don't know what she'll do if I turn against her. But it's also true that I just can't leave her alone. Please don't say stupid things. Tono-kun, you're just a normal boy, so you shouldn't do such dangerous things. Yeah, I'm grateful for your concern, but there are some things that I want to protect if I can, such as this city and my peaceful time with you at school, Senpai. Well, even though you ended up protecting me. But it is just too dangerous. You were nearly dead when you fought with Chaos. Isn't that alright? Besides, if Arcuid is really that strong, shouldn't defeating this serpent vampire be simple? I'm telling you that she is the dangerous one. Please open your eyes already. She isn't human. You don't know when she'll suck blood. She's more of a monster than the dead apostles. What? I know. I know that Senpai is really worried about me, but I can't allow those words. Just stop, Senpai. She isn't a monster. You shouldn't say those things when you haven't even talked to her. That is true, but she is a vampire. Please understand that. No, that's wrong. Look, Senpai, Arcuid doesn't suck blood. She told me herself, and I don't think she's lying. I don't know how these other true ancestors are, but Arcuid is different. Just her. She is definitely... Definitely what? Look, even if she isn't dangerous, it's dangerous enough for you to fight. You can't recover from injuries like she can. If you get wounded, you will die. What I can't forgive is she knows this and still lets you fight. It's like she's just seeing you as a tool, Tono-kun. Senpai screams this last part. I know. I understand she is right. But because I understand, her voice annoys me. Shut up. Tono-kun? Just shut up, Senpai. Arcuid doesn't see me as a tool at all. You don't know. You don't know anything about her, and you just think she's some sort of monster, so you have no right to say any of that. Please calm down. I know I don't know very much about her, but there is a possibility that she could be deceiving you. Shut up! Weren't you the one deceiving me? Oh, crap. Why did I say that terrible thing? I mean, it's true. Senpai, I said too much. But I can't say it. Her expression looks very fragile. And it looks like it's going to break down the moment I say something. You're right, you know. You're right now that you mention it. Senpai? Yes, that's right. I have been deceiving you, Tono-kun. So there's no reason for you to believe me. She suddenly smiles as if her previous expression never existed. There's no trace of it being faked. Even though it has to be fake, I can't see anything but a true smile. I apologize for taking your time. Then I'll just disappear now. Huh? The wind rushes by. In that very instant, Ciel Senpai disappears from right before my eyes. Oh. It's now lunchtime. The The room gets loud and my louder friend appears. Hang on, I need a drink after all of that. I need some water. I need to hydrate. Okay. Tono, where are you eating today? Wherever. I don't care if it's here or the cafeteria. Alrighty, then let's have some bread. If we're here, Senpai might come. I'll go buy some. Any requests? As long as it's not curry bread, then anything's fine. Oh, and some milk. Roger. Arihiko walks out of the classroom happily. Here you go, 2 curry breads and some milk. Hey, he said no curry bread. Thanks for waiting. I told him anything but curry bread, but I guess that had the opposite effect. I thank him and toss him some money. I start to chew on my curry bread. Hey, Tono, did Senpai come? I shake my head no. Damn, maybe she's in the cafeteria today. Arihiko, she won't come anymore. What? Did you get in a fight with her? That's not it. No, that's literally what happened. But she doesn't like me anymore. I'm sorry, Arihiko. If you see her, tell her I'm sorry. I really do feel it now that I mention it. I hurt her badly. She won't come see me ever again. What's this, Tono? Are you telling me sorry for asking her out without asking me? If that was the case, it'd be much better. Yeah, if it was sorry or goodbye, there would be some hope left. Certainly, I think that was a pretty bad thing to say. But I'll just disappear? That's too much, right, Arihiko? I say this and put my head down on my desk. Classes are over. It's a Wednesday, so the rest of my classmates run out of the room as soon as classes end. It's a Wednesday like any other, but I don't feel like doing anything. Even if I went to the tea ceremony room, Ciel-senpai probably wouldn't be there. As lifeless as the dead, I go back to the mansion. Welcome back, Shiki-sama. Hisui greets me as soon as I get back to the mansion. Even though Hisui was waiting for me this whole time, I can't even bring myself to greet her, and I make my way to my room. After dinner, I return to my room. There's still a little time before I'm supposed to meet Arcuid. Please don't say stupid things. Tono-kun, you're just a normal boy, so you shouldn't do such dangerous things. Senpai was just worrying about me. In the end, is it just that I chose Arcuid over Senpai? Why don't you understand your own feelings, Shiki? I ask my reflection in the window glass. My light headache returns. Recently, I've been having more headaches. Up until now, the effects of my anemia have only been dizziness. It probably changed to these headaches because I've started taking off my glasses and seeing death. It's time. It's the time I promised to meet Arcuid. No matter what Senpai said, I have to keep a promise I made. Putting my knife in my pocket, I exit my room. I go outside. There were never many people around the mansion to begin with, but because of all these serial killings, it is unnaturally quiet. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, but the emptiness makes it feel more like past 1 o'clock. It is well into October, and the wind is starting to blow colder. Fall is nearly over as well. I walk down the empty street holding these sentimental thoughts. I make my way around the mansion wall. Past here and down the hill is the park where Arcuit is waiting. And then, I see a black figure leaning on the mansion wall. A woman clothed in black stands not to block my way, but just to watch me go by. Where are you going this late at night? Senpai doesn't even look at my face as she says this without the slightest inflection in her voice. Senpai. I freeze dead in my tracks. I can't look at her face either. I feel uneasy about what happened this morning, so I can't bring myself to directly look at her. Even after I said all that, you're still going to see her, Tono-kun? It can't be helped. I can't leave her alone, and I can't ignore the vampire in this city either. I see. You've got a point there. She closes her mouth. I pass her figure on the wall. Sorry, Senpai, about a lot of things. Please don't worry. You weren't mistaken. I hear her voice behind me. It doesn't seem like she intends to stop me from seeing Arcuit at all. I guess Senpai has completely given up on me. Well then, I'll be going. Yes, please do as you like, Tono-kun. I can still only hear her voice. Yet I walk away from the mansion without even turning around. Tap, 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 tap. The footsteps echo in the night along the residential street. Tap, 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 tap. The footsteps echo in the night along the residential street. They aren't the footsteps of a heavy man, but of a much lighter body. In addition, I'm wearing sneakers, so they don't make such sounds. Only shoes with a hard bottom can make this sound. For example, shoes like high-laced boots. Actually, I don't even need to give an example. Without a doubt, those footsteps belong to high-laced boots. I stop. The footsteps cease at the same time. This isn't any good. If I just ignore her like this, we'll reach the park soon. I should just go out and say it. I turn around. Hey, Senpai. Yes? Is your house this way? No, it's in the completely opposite direction. You know where she lives, Shiki. You've been there. You went there once, Tono-kun. Did you forget already? No, I remember. I just didn't have that much confidence in my memory. You should, because my house is that way. Oh, that's right, I say with a smile. Yes, it is, she says, returning my smile. Well then, I'm going this way. Yes, please do as you wish, Tono-kun. Still smiling, she seems to be seeing me off. But for some reason, I have an incredibly bad feeling about this. I suck in a deep breath. What's wrong? Aren't you going? Senpai asks. In that instant, I dash down the street. I start to pant heavily. This far. Running full strength this far, she couldn't have followed me. Tono-kun, going wild like that is dangerous, you know. A hand pats my shoulder from behind. Ah! I instinctively jump back. Senpai stands behind me as if it was perfectly natural to do so. Why are you following me, Senpai? Well, I feel uneasy leaving you by yourself. She speaks very matter-of-factly. I don't even know how to respond. I don't know, but I should say it calmly. Wait a minute. Senpai, didn't you say I can do as I wish? Yes, please do as you wish, Tono-kun. Senpai nods and smiles, and she will do as she wishes, and what she wishes to do is follow you. Good. I wasn't just imagining it. Then, this is goodbye. You shouldn't be following me anymore. Huh? I'm not really following you or anything. Senpai? I simply have something to do in the park. I don't know where you are going, Tono-kun, but if you're not going to the park, then this is where we say goodbye. I see. Certainly, I don't really have the right to say anything about that. I don't have the right, but... Look, just don't go. Arcuate is in the park. You know how she detests you, right? So I can't let the two of you meet. Oh? Are you worried about me? Of course, I don't want to see the two of you fight. I'm begging you, please just go back. Oh, I see. You're not worried about me, but you're worried about her, right? Looking off into the distance, she completely ignores what I say. For some reason, it seems she is doing all this intentionally because she enjoys teasing me. Senpai, don't tell me you're still carrying a grudge from this morning. She just smiles and doesn't say anything. She's angry. That face is unmistakably carrying a grudge. I get it. Everything this morning was completely my fault. I'm sorry. So, if you tell me to go back because of that, I'll beat you down, Tono-kun. Huh? Tono-kun, we're still fighting right now. It seems I'm still angry, so it isn't easy to just talk calmly. Senpai? If you went back, we could make up, but I know that's impossible. So this conversation is meaningless. There's no need for you to apologize. I'm not concerned with what happened this morning. She looks at me with those eyes devoid of any emotion. My duty is to hunt down vampires. Anything else is trivial. Senpai walks into the park. Hey, Senpai! She crosses through the park. As expected, she's heading right towards where Arcuate is waiting. Wait a minute, why are you so angry, Senpai? I'm not angry. How about yourself? If you come with me, won't she misunderstand things? Misunderstand? Misunderstand what? Don't you like her? Then I don't think you should be with me, someone who is her enemy. What? It's not like I like her. Yes, you do, Shiki. I can't say for sure, though. I don't know for sure what I truly feel, but I'm sure I am attracted to her. You really can't lie even to yourself, can you? I think you are far too honest. For a brief instant, her mask reveals a sigh. But it really is better if we separate here. We are no longer friends, and if Arcuate were to see us... What would happen, Ciel? We both turn around towards the voice behind us. Good going, guys. There we see Arcuate, who seems to be in a particularly bad mood. How surprising. I I came because I heard Shiki's voice and I find you here. Didn't we already share our information yesterday? I don't believe you have anything to do with me anymore. Yes, I don't have anything to do with you anymore. I was just pointing things out to him. Oh, really? You intend on stealing my partner? That sounds good too. I still owe you from that one injury you gave me. The situation is critical between the two of them. Presidential alert, the girls are fighting! As the one standing between them, I can't just watch. Looking at this problem, our relative locations are Senpai, me, then Arcuid. And if the two of them fight, I would be right in the middle of it. You two, why are you glaring at each other? Your goal is the same, so calm down and... Be quiet, Shiki. Please be quiet, Tono-kun. I failed. I tried to talk to them, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Fine. Shiki seems to care for you, so I will let you go. I won't attack you, so just disappear. That's surprising. Is he that important to you? I didn't think Arcuid Brunstad could be concerned with anything other than killing vampires. For you, controlling humans comes easily. It would be better for you to just make him your servant if you wanted help, Arcuid. But why haven't you done that? Don't joke about such things. Shiki's my partner. Even if I don't do that, he still says he will help me. Arcuid looks away uneasily. That murderous intent seems to have disappeared. Arcuid, don't tell me. You really want to suck his blood? Coming from Senpai's direction, I hear the sound of solid metal. I see. I was surprised you were interested in humans, but that does not really matter. If you desire the blood of humans, then there is only one thing to do. Cling. The sound springs forth from her hand. Numerous swords, like long nails, are there. Black keys, baby! Hey, Senpai! Tono-kun, please back away. Just now, I have confirmed that she is truly a vampire. Or that she truly is a vampire. Even if she is a true ancestor that cooperates with the church, once she desires blood, she becomes our enemy. Before any victims appear, I will terminate her here. You really do speak nonsense when people do not answer you, Ciel. Very well. If you want to die, then I will grant your wish and kill you. It's not often I get to kill the same person twice. Oh? What? Her eyes flare with the intent to kill. Hey, Arc, could you, elaborate on that? Senpai receives Arcuid's stare in her fighting stance, swords at the ready. Freezing. The air feels like it's freezing, and I can hardly breathe. This isn't good. They really will kill each other like this. Wait, you two, please. I said to calm down. Ignoring the tension in the air, I yell out. For an instant, they both stop. After that, the sound of 2 feet kicking the earth. My shout must have triggered the start. Good going, dude. The white and black figures crash into each other as if they were 2 magnets of opposite polarity. The fight between the 2 of them is beyond me. Arcuid's body movement isn't something I can track with my eyes. All I can see is a white blur running through the night. What's surprising is that Senpai does not even back off seeing Arcuid's speed. It's not like Senpai moves with Arcuid's amazing speed. but she accurately deflects Arcuid's blazing attacks while standing on the ground. As a third person looking on, their strengths are equal. However, just like Senpai said, Arcuid's power seems limitless. No matter how amazing Senpai is, her power is not something that goes beyond a certain point. In contrast, Arcuid seems limitless. In the beginning, Senpai was overwhelming her, but Arcuid matches her quickly and is now easily surpassing her powers. The fight is quickly decided. Senpai's body flies lightly on the air and strikes the ground rolling like a piece of trash. Senpai lets out a cry and stands up. But that is a useless thing to do. Senpai's body seems to be shot out by an invisible cannon and flies into the air once more and hits the ground. She lies there, not moving. Blood flows along the park's brick pathway. Senpai? There's no response. She seems unconscious. Arcuid runs towards her, without any mercy, with terrible eyes seemingly bent on slicing Senpai's neck. I can't speak. There can be no mistake that Arcuid intends to kill her, and Senpai can't defend herself. I can't allow that. Stop it, you stupid idiot! I frantically run towards Senpai. Arcuid suddenly stops in front of her. Shiki? Arcuid's murderous intent instantly vanishes and she returns to her original look. She seems completely taken aback that I was protecting Senpai. Why? How come you're protecting her? Didn't I say it earlier? Senpai is a very dear person to me. Even if it's you, I won't allow you to go on. I tighten the grip on the knife in my pocket and glare at Arcuid. Shiki, you... Her eyes are bathed again with hostility. Step aside and I'll forgive you this time. Now, stop defending her and don't wield that knife against me. Her crimson eyes waver like burning candles. Her intent to kill is about to be directed towards me instead of Senpai. I gulp. My mind is warning me that it's over if I don't step aside at once. But even still, I can't. I won't pull back until you say you won't do anything to Senpai. Step aside, Shiki. No, you step aside, Arcuid. Didn't you tell me that you don't kill humans? Or was that just a lie? No, I don't kill humans, but I honor those who surpass human capacity, so I don't mind killing them as something that is my equal. Such as you, or that woman right there. A step. Arcuid comes closer. I see. You're wielding that knife against me again. Another step. She draws closer. I forgave you the first time, but I don't think I can forgive you the second time. In the first place, I don't think I can be hurt with your knife. Even with your mystic eyes of death perception, you shouldn't be able to see my death right now. From directly in front of me, her golden eyes enter my vision. My heart feels like it's stopped. A chill races up my spine. This crushing despair that feels like everything is bearing down on me is far greater than anything during my fight with Nero. I can't do anything. This is what it means to fight Arcuid? Shiki, this is your last chance. While I can still think, get back. I don't want to lose the first person I've liked just because of that woman. The chills collect in my neck. Arcuid is in the perfect position to kill me. If that arm moves, she can rip off my neck before I could use my knife. Even still, this is wrong. Why, I just don't understand, Arcuid. Why are you such a horrible person only to Senpai? I know you're not the most aware of moral principles, but you're not one to speak about killing people so easily. Shiki. Arcuid's hostility starts to lessen. She walks away from the both of us. I see. If you support her this much, then I don't know you. Arcuid. Just be careful, Shiki. That woman you are protecting, she isn't the person you think she is. What are you saying? You can be tricked and get your blood sucked by her. So long. Don't come crying back to me. Arcuid walks away without even looking back. The only ones left are me and the wounded, collapsed senpai. What was she? Saying such stupid things? Senpai would suck my blood? What a ridiculous lie. Now, I did notice that, when Ciel gets angry or does those, like, really intense stares, she does appear to have slit pupils. That sounds like Senpai is a vampire or something. Saying that, I laugh aloud. Because that isn't possible. Senpai walks around during the day. Well, Arcuid is a vampire that walks around at daytime, but even she gets weak then. But for Senpai, she doesn't change whether it's night or day. First of all, isn't Senpai a member of the church? It's contradicting for a vampire to be in an organization whose purpose is to terminate vampires. More importantly, Senpai. I turn around to check on Senpai. The ground was soaked in blood, so I have to get her to a hospital. The blood has disappeared. Her black robes that were painted red with flowing blood are now spotless. Senpai stands up as if nothing even happened, and she looks completely unharmed. Senpai, what is going on? Tono-kun, why did you protect me? Didn't you know she really almost killed you? Her eyes have no emotion whatsoever. With those vacant eyes, like a lifeless doll, she doesn't even hear my question. You ask why? Because you were going to die. Anyone would do the same thing in that situation. Even if it means getting yourself killed? Tono-kun, dedication isn't throwing away your life. Giving up your life to save others isn't dedication or sacrifice, it's just self-love. Why did you? Her voice is very stern. She admonishes me severely. You only did that so you would not regret it later. And you are satisfied with just that. To be blunt, it is very troublesome for me. Idealism is a fine thing, but please don't involve me in your selfish justice. Seeing a bit of a thematic through line there. To Fate Stay Night and also Fate Zero. Fate in general, really. A lot of Fate series kind of have this idea. But what do you mean? I just didn't want you to die, Senpai. Are you saying that's troublesome? Are you saying it would be alright if Arcuid killed you like that? Yes. It is my life, so it has nothing to do with you. It's too miserable being allowed to live because of the mercy of a vampire. I'm pissed. Partly because she rejected me even after I protected her, but more than that. Don't be ridiculous. What do you think your life is? Don't you see? If you die, it's all over. No matter what horrible, awful things you've done, if you don't keep on living, it will have all been a lie. You have to keep on living. You have to keep on living because there's nothing else. So what if you're miserable? That's far, far better than not being able to feel that at all. That's right. You are someone who tasted death 8 years ago. That's why you can be content with such a simple way of thinking. Her eyes are completely vacant. She speaks without looking at me, like she can't even see herself. How happy you must be. I cannot say such words. She steps back as she speaks. Tono-kun, what she said before is true. Why are you even saying? Like Arcu had said, I cannot be called human. Didn't you see it, Tono-kun? All the blood which was spilled disappeared like it was never there. It's fine. I am a monster. I am not a vampire, but my body, it isn't like that of a normal human. Senpai looks down as she speaks. What are you saying, Senpai? Not a body like a human's? You seem normal to me. Even if it's like this? Senpai slowly takes her sword and places it against her neck. Senpai! I don't even have time to stop her. With a clean sound, it slices into her neck. Splat. As if painting my very eyes, fresh blood sprays everywhere. Drip. 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 It's beautiful. Captivating my vision, even my whole consciousness. The blood seeps into her black garments. Underneath her robes, Senpai's white skin is probably mixed with those beautiful crimson lines. A drop of blood flies forth and lands on my finger. It releases me from my momentary captivity and returns me to reality. Before me is Senpai's blood-soaked figure. Senpai! I quickly dash towards her. There is no need to panic. See, look at it. She stops me and points to her neck. The wound is already gone. All the blood that was there before has vanished too. Like a video being rewound, everything returns to the way it was before. That was strange, and something like the word rewound truly describes it, not healing or regeneration. I can't speak. After seeing that, I'm not crazy enough to tell her that she is still normal. That's how it is. If I could have helped it, I didn't want for you to know, Tono-kun. Senpai gives a sad smile. I don't know what to say. Just like you said, Tono-kun. I was deceiving you this whole time, so it can't be helped if you get angry at me. But I can't blame her. Something like that, even I wanted her to hide it from me forever. I wanted her to stay like the old senpai. But I do not regret what happened this morning. I was really happy that you said it was a fun time together, and that Wait, who's talking here? I was really happy that you said it was a fun time together and that you wanted to protect me if you could. Okay, that was Ciel. Senpai. But those were really peaceful times that I wanted to last forever. Farewell. To the very end, she gives her perpetual smile and disappears before my very eyes. My mind is in complete disarray. I can't follow after her. Arcu had said that Senpai was a vampire. Senpai didn't deny it and even show me proof, after saying farewell, she vanished. Even if it was a lie. Even if it was a lie that could easily be seen through. If she simply said it wasn't so, things would have been fine. I can't forget her sad face. Senpai, who was that good of a person, just an upperclassman at my school, I didn't want to know she was such a different person. Farewell. Her last words. There's no need to think about what it meant. I knew about her, and I even hurt her. But still, she came to see me. But that's all over. I don't want to believe that I'll never see her again. No, this isn't happening. My head doesn't seem to be working. It's just in shock. It's so shocked that it can't tell why it's in shock. I leave the park with my uncertain memories and faltering steps. Throb. 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 I'm incredibly exhausted. This headache is killing me. More than anything else, without thinking about Senpai or Arcuid or anything at all, I just want to go to sleep. And that is the end of day 7. Fascinating. I knew there was something going on with Ciel. Like, I knew there was something more than just her being a member of the church, but I didn't really know what it was, so this is brand new to me. Not quite what I expected. But I do believe that's where we're gonna wrap it up for this week. So, we will be back with more Tsukihime next Friday, I do believe. Let's see. Yeah. Have to check. I was like, am I gonna be here next Friday? Yes, I am. We are streaming next Friday. Gonna be back with more Tsukihime next Friday. Tomorrow, we're gonna be doing some Grand Blue Fantasy, probably a side story. Might be Alchemist Astray. We might be meeting Cagliostro next week. Or not next week, tomorrow. Or maybe we'll do a different one. I don't know. I need to check. But, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight. And I hope to see you all next time.